Okay.
Yes.
So let's just jump right into the story.
Yes. That's
Where
right.
were you?
I think we were in now this Austin
Okay.
being transferred and like now
Oh, the
struggling.
new student. You're afraid.
Yes, yes, my friend.
You're afraid. It's not transferred.
Now it's like yeah, I've been transferred,
Okay.
and this guy was like a great friend of mine, just helping me out in studies. It's
Yes.
like I told you in the previous video that me being school, it's like that was just an escaping place.
It was a place just to go and spend time.
But this guy made me to feel something different.
Okay.
And this moment, Austin is transferred to another school. I'm here alone. And because of that, he used to help me a lot in maybe even copying.
Yes.
Let me use that one.
Yes.
Copying.
Copying.
You know, and this time round,
Yes.
I'm alone. I had to struggle, just to struggle. So this time round,
Looking for somewhere to start.
looking for somewhere to start. Nobody in that class could ever understand me because they never knew my life.
Yeah.
Only Austin knew me. So this
You
time
used
round,
to share a little bit.
yeah, I used to share a little bit of my weaknesses and everything. Also, some of the things that used to happen to me at home, I used to find a place maybe in him to be able to share. This time round, he's gone. He's the only friend
gone.
I had. So I remained alone. And this time round, in the end term examination, I had to repeat the class because I was never promoted. I had to repeat because previously I used to copy.
You used to copy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you repeated.
I repeated. Yes, I repeated the same class.
Okay.
Now this is the moment whereby my grandmother loses hope. It's like he's losing.
You took the grades home or
Yeah.
the report from home.
Yeah, I took the report home that I was repeating. It's
Okay.
like in the next year to come, I'm repeating the same class,
Okay.
and it's like my grandmother.
Oh,
was
you
not
said I was not promoted.
Yeah, I was not promoted.
Okay.
And so my grandmother just knew this guy have not got the marks that is supposed or above 250 and above. I don't know how they used to do it, but this time round, I've not been promoted, and my grandmother I've just lost
Hope in your education.
in my education. This
Okay.
time round, she decided just to teach me on how to sell the brew. The illicit brew. Exactly, that is one of the things.
And how old are you at this time?
At this time, I was around 7, 8, around 7, 8 there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And 8 years old.
yeah, I am an 8 years old kid there. And by the way, at that time, if you will come in my life at that moment and you bring children of around 8 years old, and you look at them and you compare me with those kids, you'll say this is a boy of 13 years old.
He had
14.
some
I had
muscles.
some muscle. I was so hardened
tough,
by that
very
life.
handy,
Yes, exactly.
very hardened.
Yes, I was hardened by the life in the up country.
Okay.
And I was so hard. It's like my life
You,
was...
you also never felt as if you were a kid.
Yes.
Okay.
And this time round, remember, this torturous environment made me to get used to it. It's like because the life there become like a norm, and it's like this is just an environment I had to get
You
used to it.
got used.
Yeah, exactly.
This is now this is my life now.
This is my life. And I started selling the brew. And you can imagine the environment. You can imagine these people are coming into a point of now drunk.
So somebody's coming and say, hey Sarah, or somebody, how do they call you? Or whatever. I need maybe 2 glasses or...
They never had any name for me. They just used, you know how drunkards are. They can call you any name, or maybe using your name if maybe they know you.
Okay.
And so, or maybe kijana in Swahili. It's a young.
I need some beer here.
I need some beer. And so I just used to now sell. It's like you can imagine that.
Yeah, try to imagine.
Yeah, these people who after now drinking, they like abnormal. They just
they are drunk.
They're drunk, and it's like the environment becomes such a not afraid. It becomes hostile.
And I'm trying to imagine the first time you came there, the second time.
Yes.
That time?
This is now the third time.
So you are becoming used.
I got used to that environment. And this time around, it's like things becomes more worse. Now there's a time now, I remember, things getting worse. There's a time I got sick, and it's like I was very weak at that moment. I was very weak because of the environment
Okay.
and because of a lot of work that I used to do at that place. I got very weak in the morning. And remember, that morning is like my grandmother was not there, and I think my grandfather was around, but my grandmother, maybe she went to the farm. I'm telling you, I was very weak. Remember, I used to sleep with the other girl who was now in 77 at that. I remember.
Inside that building,
Exactly.
that house.
That house. Now you can remember the house that we used to.
Yeah.
So that
One of your grandmas had passed away,
Yes,
and
exactly.
the house was left vacant.
Exactly.
And this is where you're now living.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we occupied one of the room, now the bedroom. I'm telling you, I was very weak that morning. And at that moment when I was very weak, now we were sleeping with this girl. This again, the moment whereby the spirit that used to torment me when I was in my grandmother's house, the sexual abuse, is following me back. Again. It's following me back. This is me. And it's like, I never knew. Again. And the girl woke up, waking up from the bed, because we had a different bed. She used to sleep on the, you remember the...
Yes, the V-shaped bed, and the bed
other
was
bed, yes,
opposite.
yeah, the opposite mine. And she came out of her bed, and I just had her coming on my bed now, and she carried me up. I thought she was going to help me out. It's like, because I'm very weak at that moment. I thought she will help me out, or maybe call for help, maybe. But this time around, she never did that. At this moment, she picked me up and put me on her bed.
Okay. Wow.
The same thing that used to happen
The
to me
same
in
thing.
my grandmother's house, but this time around it's a little bit different because
And it is in a very different county.
yes, exactly. And this time round, it's like she now unclothed herself. This girl, all over around. I told you previously that she was around of, at this time round, the age have increased a bit.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. The age is now she's around 16.
It's
there.
just like the same thing, the same cycle. And repeating itself.
The same spirit.
Almost identical
Exactly.
actions.
Yeah, the spirit is following me back. And she removed her clothes on the bed now. She removed her clothes and she's naked completely. This is a girl who is supposed to be able to take care of me.
Yeah, she was supposed to, yes.
Yes, and this time around, she's just naked now. And because I was very weak at that moment, I was very weak. And this time around, she was now taking my hands now. Because I'm very weak, I can't do anything. She's now taking my hands and trying to press in her own private part. You can imagine that.
Just again.
Again, exactly. And it was such a dirty picture. And I don't know what was happening. I don't know what they used to think when they did all of these things. And this time round, she does all of these things. And my grandfather again comes. And he's knocking. He's knocking the door. Knocking the door. It's like, the girl realized that my grandfather is at the door, and she decided to just wear very quickly, and she sneaked out.
Just sneaked.
After sneaking out, it's
like the other person.
Just like the other person. My grandfather had also again to come in, or just break in the house, and breaking in the house is like he found me in a way that I was very weak. I could not even move. Again, he calls in his personal doctor. Again. Because of the environment, how it was. And I'm telling you, these things adapted. It's like recorded in my mind.
Everything that has been happening is recording.
It's recording in my mind. It's just
It's like a movie
there.
playing inside your mind.
Exactly. It became now like part of my life. And it's like I got used now to the life itself. Getting used to that life, it turned me into a negative manner. It's like it spoiled my mind. And it's like I now started developing in a way that I want to do the same thing. I want to do the same act. It's like I'm developing in a way that
You are not aware,
I'm not aware that this thing
but
is
now
negative.
everything has now started to shape you.
Exactly.
You are now shaped differently. What are you going to do?
I'm telling you, this time round, it is taking me crazy. The spirit itself started operating within my life. And I this time round became the abuser.
Became the abuser.
I'm now the one abusing the other people.
How? How?
But in the first scenario, I remember my aunt, the one, you remember the one who took me to the up country, the moment my mom
Yeah.
left me in
Yeah,
Sierra.
yes.
That is the same aunt. She came at home.
Sister to your mom.
The sister to my mom. Just she came at home just to celebrate with the family, just to be there and just see the father. This time round, she came with her firstborn girl, who was around. She was also young. I was.
This your cousin.
This is my cousin. I think she was around 6 there.
Around 6.
Around 6 there. Yeah, she was still small. Around 6 there, 5. She was still small. And this time round, I found her asleep.
Was she sleeping in the same room you are, or you woke up at night?
In the same house that we used to sleep. And this time round, she was just during the day. This during the day.
Oh, during the day?
Yeah, this during the day.
So you sneaked into the house, or you're just in the house?
Because my clothes were in the house and everything was in that house. Everything mine was in that same house.
Okay, yes,
so I just enter in, just like it's
Well,
just my room.
yeah.
And so now I entered the house and I found her sleeping. And I said, today I must do something. And what I wanted to do was like it's just the same as the ones that I've been encountering from the other people.
So let me get you right. When you were entering the door, was it something that you premeditated, or you just got in, and you just found this girl sleeping,
Yeah,
and then at that time, these things kicked
It's
in?
like that thing just comes in. It's just a thought, a very dirty thought comes in your mind.
Okay.
And it's like it's forcing you to do something that it's imaginable, or it's something that you cannot imagine a person doing. So I now decided, it's like now this is something that is forcing you to do it. It's like a spirit now within you forcing you to do it.
Okay.
And it's like, this is real, and you think of strategies of what you want to do. Now this is what I planned. I went and took a paper. This now...
Paper?
Yeah, exactly.
Paper.
And I crushed.
You crushed the paper?
I crushed it. Crushing it, because this girl was deep in a sleep, I went and applied it in the eyes. You can imagine.
Paper?
Exactly. I applied it in the eyes. And to make it more worse, I unclothed her. Unclothing her is like I was trying to do some things. It's the things that I've been seeing being done
To you?
to me. I'm trying to do those things before even applying the paper into the private part.
So you tried to rape her?
Exactly. That is what I was trying to do. It's like trying to sleep with her, and she was trying to turn, but she's deep in a sleep. She's deep in a sleep. And I took the paper, because I tried my best and it could not work. I applied that into the in that private part.
Paper.
When she woke up,
Paper.
exactly. You can imagine when someone eats that thing, how
Now, wait a minute. You have applied to the eyes?
applied in the eyes and applied in the private part. So that is what I did. That is now the I don't know what to call it. It's now the action itself taking place. This time round, when the
She
girl
got up.
woke up, it's like, when people try to wake up and it's like they're stretching a little bit, and like they're stretching a little bit, and when she woke up, I could just feel someone screaming in the house. Everybody were like alerted. Everybody in the village, in the environment,
Screamed in such a way that
she
something was wrong.
screamed. Oh my goodness. She was feeling pain. You can imagine.
Yeah.
Pain. That was painful. And I don't know if my cousin remembers that, because she was in the small age. And well, let me tell you, when someone is tortured at a very young age, that thing sticks in the mind.
To them.
It sticks. The person will never forget. Whether it is 3-year-old kid and you do something that it's very painful, that thing sticks within those
In
people.
their mind. It is recorded.
It is recorded. And one day, one time, the person will always remember. There is something that I was done. And this time round, as I'm speaking, I know my cousin maybe will be watching this story. And maybe she will remember the thing that I did. And I'm just asking for forgiveness. Forgiveness. That my cousin may forgive me. I know you know yourself, it's like I'm just asking for forgiveness from the heart.
Yeah, she will. She will. God has already forgiven you, and she will.
Because I'm telling you, it's so
Painful.
bad. Painful.
Painful.
I did something that someone cannot do. And this time round, the abuse, oh my goodness. She screamed. And people realized it was me. I don't know how they did it, but they realized the way I was reacting.
And you're just there.
I'm just there.
Yeah.
They knew, and my
You're the first suspect.
I'm the
You've done something wrong.
Because I'm the one who entered the room when this girl was sleeping.
Yeah.
So someone saw me entering the room, and I took time in that room. So people never knew what I was
There's
doing.
something that you have done,
Yeah.
but they came in and they never knew exactly
They never knew
what exactly have you done.
But this girl screamed in a way. Oh my goodness. The mother had to come in and just try to help the daughter. And this time round, my aunt really worked on me.
After coming down the girl.
Yes, she really worked on me. She really caned me. Oh my goodness. And when my grandfather heard of the same scene, oh my goodness, that was the first time.
And I can imagine your aunt at that time.
Yeah.
You know, when you're beaten at that time, you know, she used all kinds of kicks and slaps and
I'm telling you, that day.
almost tearing you with her teeth.
That day is like, and it's like I just deserved it.
So your grandpa decided,
This,
let me add more.
Let me add more.
Had he
How
caned you before?
No, my grandfather really loved